to avoid Hawk having to come out.
10 NFL games that were better than the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is marketed as the ultimate NFL event. Yet history proves that some of the league's greatest games happened earlier in the playoffs. These matchups featured higher intensity, legendary performances, shocking momentum swings, and emotional stakes that many Super Bowls failed to match. Here are 10 NFL games that were better than the Super Bowl, ranked from 10 to 1 based only on authentic and verified history. First off, some honorable mentions. Cowboys vs. Packers 2016 NFC Divisional, remembered for Aaron Rodgers' sideline throws. Dolphins vs. Chiefs 1971 AFC Divisional, the longest game in NFL history. Ravens vs. Broncos 2012 AFC Divisional, known for the Mile High Miracle. Alright, at number 10, the Seahawks vs. the Packers 2014 NFC Championship. The 2014 NFC Championship game between Seattle and Green Bay remains one of the most shocking playoff collapses in NFL history. For most of the game, the Packers appeared firmly in control. Russell Wilson struggled mightily, throwing 4 interceptions, while Seattle's offense looked out of rhythm. Despite this, the Seahawks stayed within reach thanks to defensive stops and special teams play. Everything changed in the final minutes. Seattle recovered an onside kick after a communication breakdown by Green Bay, a moment that instantly became infamous. This was followed by a successful 2-point conversion and a game-winning overtime touchdown pass from Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse. The Packers dominated statistically, yet lost in heartbreaking fashion. The emotional impact and sheer improbability of this game exceeded that of many Super Bowls. Number 9. Panthers vs. Rams 2004 NFC Divisional Playoff. This double overtime thriller is often overlooked, but it remains one of the most dramatic playoff games ever played. It was a legendary back-and-forth double overtime thriller won by the Panthers 29-23 on a 69-yard touchdown pass from Jake Delhomme to Steve Smith in the second overtime period, ending the Rams' greatest show on turf era. The game featured huge plays, including a tying field goal by Jeff Wilkins as regulation ended, and sent the underdog Panthers to their first NFC Championship. There was no build-up, no drawn-out finale, just one decisive play that shocked the stadium. The raw emotion and sudden ending gave this game a cinematic quality that many Super Bowls never achieved. Number 8. 49ers vs. the Saints 2011 NFC Divisional Playoff. The 2011 NFC Divisional Playoff between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints, played January 14, 2012, was an instant classic, ending with a dramatic 36-32 49ers victory on a late touchdown pass from Alex Smith to Vernon Davis, marking a major moment in the 49ers' resurgence under coach Jim Harbaugh. The game featured a thrilling comeback, with Drew Brees leading the Saints to go-ahead scores, only for the 49ers to answer each time, culminating in 4 lead changes in the final minutes. The game redefined playoff drama and remains one of the most replayed finishes in league history. Number 7. Colts vs. the Patriots 2006 AFC Championship. The game represented more than just a trip to the Super Bowl. It was a defining moment in the rivalry between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. The Patriots dominated the first half, building a 21-3 lead and appearing ready to continue their postseason dominance. Manning responded with one of the greatest comebacks ever seen in a conference championship. He led 4 second-half touchdown drives, controlling the tempo and exposing the New England defense. The Colts won 38-34, changing the narrative surrounding Manning's career and setting the stage for his first Super Bowl victory. The historical significance alone makes this game more impactful than many championship finales. Number 6. Chargers vs. Dolphins 1981 AFC Divisional, epic in Miami. Played in extreme heat, this game became known as the Epic in Miami for good reason. The Chargers and Dolphins combined for over 1,000 yards of offense in a contest filled with momentum swings and physical exhaustion. Dan Fouts led San Diego's high-powered offense, while Miami responded repeatedly to stay alive. The game went to overtime, where the Chargers eventually won 41-38. Kellen Winslow's legendary performance, which included blocking a field goal and fighting through severe dehydration, symbolized the toughness of this matchup. Few games in NFL history tested players physically and mentally like this one. Number 5. Giants vs. the 49ers 1990 NFC Championship. This was a brutally physical game that marked the end of an era. The Giants faced a heavily favored San Francisco team led by Joe Montana. Early in the game, Montana was knocked out by a punishing hit, shifting momentum dramatically. New York controlled the clock, played suffocating defense, and forced critical turnovers. Roger Craig's late fumble sealed the 49ers' fate, and Matt Barr's field goal sent the Giants to the Super Bowl with a 15-13 victory. This game effectively ended the 49ers dynasty and showcased one of the most dominant defensive performances in playoff history. Number 4, Bills versus the Chiefs, 2021 AFC Divisional, 13 seconds. This game is widely regarded as one of the greatest playoff contests ever played. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes engaged in a quarterback duel that featured constant scoring and near-perfect execution. The final 2 minutes alone felt unreal. The Bills took the lead with just 13 seconds remaining, seemingly securing victory. Mahomes then led Kansas City into field goal range in astonishing fashion, forcing overtime. The Chiefs won 42-36, and the game immediately influenced changes to playoff overtime rules. Very few Super Bowls have ever matched this level of sustained intensity. Number 3, Patriots versus Raiders, 2001 AFC Divisional, Tuck Rule game. This snowy playoff game changed the course of NFL history. The Raiders appeared to have sealed the win when Charles Woodson forced a late fumble from Tom Brady. Officials ruled the play an incomplete pass under the Tuck Rule, a decision that remains controversial to this day. The Patriots tied the game and won 16-13 in overtime. This moment launched the Patriots dynasty and altered the future of the league. The historical impact of this game outweighs that of many Super Bowl outcomes. Number 2, Bills versus Oilers, 1992 AFC Wildcard, the comeback. No game in NFL history has ever matched this comeback. The Houston Oilers led Buffalo 35-3 in the third quarter. With starting quarterback Jim Kelly injured, backup Frank Reich led the Bills on an unbelievable run. Buffalo scored 32 unanswered points and won 41-38 in overtime. The comeback remains the largest in league history. The disbelief, emotion, and historical magnitude of this game place it above nearly every Super Bowl ever played. And now, number 1, Chiefs versus Patriots, 2018 AFC Championship. This game felt like the true Super Bowl of the season. Patrick Mahomes faced Tom Brady in a battle between generations. Both teams executed at an elite level, converting critical third and fourth downs throughout the night. The Patriots won 37-31 in overtime, advancing to the Super Bowl. While the Super Bowl itself lacked excitement, this championship game delivered tension, strategy, and star power at the highest level. It represented the closing chapter of one era and the rise of another, making it one of the greatest games in NFL history. If you enjoy real NFL history, legendary performances, and unforgettable playoff drama, like, share, and subscribe for more football stories that prove greatness often happens before the Super Bowl.